Kentucky voters will be choosing their next governor as well as other state leaders. And you can see their property right there. I want to show you how close they are to the interstate, though. And many of them were asleep and inside when the tornado ripped through, and now they don't have a place to stay. Lindsay, Sterling, I hate to do this to you, but do you see what this flashlight does and see how distracting that is, just shining it in the camera? Imagine if you're a pilot trying to fly in the air and there's a laser being pointed into your cockpit. You know, we're here on Allison Lane at the Q-Mart. What we do know is that police are searching right now for a suspect. We actually just saw a police dog come in, and there are 2 handlers taking that dog around, likely to pick up the scent of the suspect that they're looking for. We've just gotten new information confirmed. We do know that a sheriff's deputy had to shoot and kill a man that was dragging the sheriff's deputy in his car. President Obama started calling troops home last year. And this large group's task is to help close out the 9-year mission in Iraq. It's the last chance to say goodbye, to hold on and hug tight. Tears are shed and tears are wiped. It's a chance to get a goodbye kiss. The love and pain is seen on many faces. It's the last time for this father to hold his little baby boy. The next time he sees him, he'll have grown much bigger.
It's a little harder this time because he's a whole lot younger, but I know his mother and his family, our family, take care of him.
But before the goodbyes, the troops were celebrated. As the 1,300 soldiers marched in, pride and joy filled Freedom Hall. Eager loved ones tried to find their soldier among the mass of green, the signs, the waving flags, and the little ones who make your heart flutter.
Just like my heart leaps inside of me, and it's like the whole world stops for a minute, and you look and you're like, wow, that is my entire life standing right there. And you just get overwhelmed with love and thankfulness.
Private First Class Patsy Hall knows the magnitude of this deployment is huge. Out of 54 National Guard units in the country, the Kentucky National Guard was selected by the president to head to Iraq. There, they'll help end the U.S. military's nearly decade-long occupation of Iraq.
We're just bringing troops home, though. You know, that's a huge honor.
It's bittersweet, but knowing how important the job is makes it worth it.
If it wasn't for the uniform, then I wouldn't be who I am. You know, my family wouldn't stand for what we stand for. And we love our country. There are 2,600 total soldiers in this unit. More are joining from Virginia, Utah, and Oregon. They'll be at Camp Atterbury in Indiana for about a week of final training before they head out. Rachel Collier, WDRB News.
This is where the bad guys came through, and they just went crazy.
Becky Beazle has been selling derby gifts for almost 34 years, but this was a first.
Oh, I was just flabbergasted.
Earlier this month, her store, Party Kits and Equestrian Gifts, was ransacked.
I walked in and my jewelry cabinet was completely empty with just a few little empty racks.
Then Becky looked up.
The mannequins were naked. It was just bare. Everything was basically gone.
She's restocked her store, but the stolen items were irreplaceable. Tens of thousands of dollars worth of statues, autographed paintings, jewelry, furniture, and memorabilia signed by jockeys, all gone. But the bandits were hungry for more. Next door at the sweet shop, the thieves stole specialty knives, sauces, cookbooks, and they're not sure why, but over 600 pounds of chocolate.
I don't know, but I hope they get a real big tummy ache.
But one thing they stole could help solve the case.
And here's the safe that was in my office, and it was locked, and it had all my credit cards in it.
The credit cards are key. Becky's business doesn't have surveillance, but this man has been captured on tape at stores in Louisville and southern Indiana using the credit cards. She's hoping everyone watching will be on the lookout for a few things.
The bad guy, okay, and if they see an abundance of derby goods somewhere, all of a sudden, please call the tip line and let them know.
Who in the world would want to mess with this kid? You may not believe it, but he was picked on in school.
It had gotten to a point where he was considering violence.
His grandmother says that was before Kyle became so involved with Taekwondo.
He came into the office and I asked him, what's going on at school? And he broke down, and it just broke my heart.
Master Mimi Wong, an instructor at Wong's martial arts, knew something had to be done. Bullying has been in the headlines across the nation, but she also knows it's going on right here in Kentuckiana.
It's not just him, because there's a lot of other students out there that are feeling the same thing, and they don't know what to do because ignoring just doesn't work anymore.
So Mimi made a headline of her own, and this board says it all: beat bullying with confidence. Now, they don't teach violence.
We definitely make sure that it's not all about kicking and punching.
They teach tenacity, and they now incorporate anti-bullying techniques in class.
All the students know that Taekwondo is a very peaceful art. It's a defense and not something where we attack first. But if it does come to a point where you do have to defend yourself, they've got the repetition and they've got the practice to use that.
Kyle says martial arts has brought about a new confidence in himself.
I like it a lot because it's good. It's just like gets everything off your chest and stuff.
He once thought about fighting his foe with his fists. But ironically, through kicking and screaming, he now knows there are more peaceful options. It's a confidence you can not only see, but hear through his words.
If they say, "You're ugly," be like, "Thanks, my mom called me that this morning." And stuff. And just be like, just roll it off your shoulder. Like, don't worry about it.